Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint, the only West Ham United post-match football show on the internet. We've just been to the West Ham Wolves game, FA Cup third round, my favourite time of year. I don't know about you boys, but you know, I really think we can crack on with this. But let's go through the game. Boring. I nearly fell asleep.
First half was awful.
It was awful.
Yeah. No, the first half, the second half was a bit better, but
a bit.
Yeah, not much. It was a poor game.
I think after the first 15 minutes, we controlled the rest of the game.
Oh,
yeah.
Without doubt.
They just made it very difficult for us, didn't they?
We weren't in it. The first 10, we weren't even in it. We couldn't get on the ball whatsoever. When we did get on the ball, we just gave it away. And I'm sitting there thinking, the first 10 minutes, I'm thinking, no Pint, no Carroll. This ain't gonna happen, you know. And it was just awful. And like within the first time they went down their right, our left, put a cross in, and
where's Valencia?
Reedy and the goalkeeper, miscommunication. Reedy lets it go. The keeper lets it go. You know, and the ball goes flying across 2 yards out. If someone had anticipated the cross, we're 1-0 down within 20 seconds.
Do you think we should have started Payet?
No.
No?
No.
Wouldn't have risked him.
Would have been too big a risk, I think.
Yeah, but he played him for most of the second half, so why is there a risk?
Yeah,
bring him on first half, get it done.
We've had this argument before, though, haven't we, about Valencia, and look what happened to him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
I think
you didn't want to see him. You wanted him wrapped up in cotton wells. Go, fuck him, bring him back from holiday, get him on the pitch. 5 minutes in, and he was fucked.
I was right.
Yeah, he was right. Yeah, that's it. I definitely don't want it to happen to him.
And I think
my fault.
If you look at Payet, we look at Lanzini coming back against Liverpool
early,
you know, and it's the same injury.
And he's out
we
a
lost
couple
it
more
exactly.
weeks, isn't it?
You've got to be careful, especially with players like that who are so key to the way we play. You know, but it's just.
Was that looked like we didn't really talk about that?
Yeah, no, it was.
Was it too early for him?
We had too many defensive midfielders on, didn't we?
Yeah,
but let's go through the starting lineup, because this is what I've said in a few fan cams today. It's like it was a very defensive team with not a lot of creativity. Maybe we ain't got options. But we didn't have any potency up front.
It was like we playing away at a top 4 club.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was thinking, because when I looked at it, I was thinking Song, Obiang, who was his name? Noble, and there was like Zarate, Antonio. Like, all due respect to them, Zarate against Liverpool looked like he wasn't interested. So you don't fancy him going forward. Antonio's obviously
Southampton,
not Liverpool.
Oh, sorry, Southampton. Anyway, so. You don't fancy him sort of getting back, and like, you know, he's not been fantastic. Runs into a lot of dead ends, as we know. Antonio on the other wing, although he's done fantastically, he's still a bit inexperienced to be sort of like our best player up there, because Jelavic was up there as well, and he was just doing nothing.
No, I'll tell you something. A lot of people have criticised Jelavic doing nothing. He was making the runs. His movement was a lot better than what you see Carroll move.
He does do a lot of runs.
People were trying to. Not passing the ball when they do.
You're telling me Jelavic is better than Carroll?
No, I'm not saying Jelavic is better than Carroll.
What's he saying then?
He does a lot of unselfish running.
Yeah, he's trying to make the spaces for other players to run into, but the players don't run into them. There's something. It's like Antonio, right? There's times with Antonio today, he's backing into a player, right, to hold the player off. The ball's 10 yards in front of him, being intercepted by another player.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to come to the ball, he's just.
That's an experience, though, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, is it? You know, that's not potent enough to win a game, is it? Do you know what I mean?
You know, Jelavic, right, he ain't the best of players, we know that, but.
And you've got nothing coming from the midfield. You know,
I thought Obiang had a decent game today. Like,
I thought he was
couple of chances.
Yeah, good. Yeah, really good. Yeah,
he was my man in the match.
Yeah,
much as always. Every time he's played, he ain't put foot.
No nonsense.
You know.
He breaks up the play. He can ping a pass as well. There was one pass in the first half that he smashed from the right straight over to Croy as well.
Yeah.
You know, he can pick a pass. And you know, I thought Song done alright. There was a couple of times he gave the ball away, but the times he gave the ball away, he's trying to thread that pass through. He tried to thread the pass through to Antonio, to Jelavic, to Zarate. Things that, you know, that you want Song doing.
He's still trying to get back to full fitness, though, isn't he, Song?
Yeah, that's another thing about
it. It does excite me having Song on the side with Lanzini, Sacco, Carroll and Pint.
How much?
All in the same.
Semi or fully erect?
No, that's
No, of course, it's course.
He's got that from that deep.
He's got that
position.
quality and he's got that class, you know.
And he's looking. There's times today you see it. When
But it's another night. Well, how long did he play?
90 minutes.
90 minutes today.
Did he?
Full game, yeah.
Full game. First time this season.
I thought he come off. No, so it's obviously the first time that he's played.
Full 90.
Full 90. Sorry, I'm trying to think what I'm trying to say. It's the first time he's played a full 90 this season, but it's minutes under his belt, isn't it? That's
the key.
The key, yeah.
Yep.
More minutes for Carroll as well, isn't it? As well.
Yeah, coming off the bench.
Hold on.
He had a long layoff as well.
It's sounds like.
What's wrong?
What's that?
Carry on.
No, what are you saying? Go on.
No, so he had a long layoff as well, so
layoff,
it's going to take him a while to get back to full match fitness, but he's getting there.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's what we was just talking down this side of the table. We was just saying about Andy Carroll, it's more minutes as well.
Yeah, I just thought I'd get involved. You know.
No, well done, Greg. Thanks for turning up.
Cheers, thanks mate.
But with Song as well,
See you later.
We've done it fucking for a year without you.
It's your round after anyway. Leave the money on the bar.
With Song, he come through that under 21 game as well, so that's again more minutes. Brought him in this week. Whether he'll start next week will be.
How long before everyone's fit? Fully fit.
Lanzini's, they reckon 2 to 3 weeks. Sacco.
But that's not fully fit, is it?
No, but Sacco's probably won't be fully fit for the rest of the season then. He's looking to get about April to
They're saying he's back. He's back.
I thought they were saying
He's back training, isn't he?
middle of February.
He's not training. He's in the gym, but he's not
doing light, so not full training.
No.
But you know.
What did he do?
It's fire, wasn't it?
Was it ripped a muscle off his?
Yeah, I think he ripped a thigh muscle.
That's why we've got to look in the. I know we're going to talk about transfers later, but we need to look for a striker. We need another striker in as backup because we can't rely on Carroll.
And you can't rely on Jelic either to come in, and we can't rely on Valencia.
Where is he?
Don't know.
Rested?
Did he? No, did he go off last week?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he was injured.
Yeah,
he did go off.
He went off, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, but I don't know whether he was injured or not. Though.
Maybe he weren't injured. Maybe it was just
he come off. He come on for Payet, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe
come off for Payet.
Yeah, Payet come on for him.
Yeah.
Maybe they've just picked this week.
Don't forget because we've got Bournemouth on Tuesday.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So games in a week.
Coyote wasn't playing either, so
he could have just left him out of the squad. There was a good enough team there to beat Wolves, wasn't there?
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah,
strong.
Yeah, the starting lineup was that starting lineup really could start a Premier League game, couldn't it?
Yeah.
It could if you was down to your bare bones. I think maybe that starting lineup has started a Premier League game.
Almost.
Yeah, almost.
But that's why you have a big squad.
Yeah.
So you can rotate the
Good
players,
to see Thingy back.
Reedy
as well.
back.
Reed, I was just about to say that. Man the match, didn't he?
Yeah.
Not your man, I mean.
Nah.
I think it was a big.
Solid though.
He was solid.
Yeah.
Better than Collins. Collins was a bit shaky today.
Collins played alright. Collins looks a lot more comfortable with Ogbonna.
Do you know why? Ogbonna's quicker.
Yeah.
And not only that, Wolves not having a phobie today. I'd like to have seen him up against Reed.
That would have
But it was good that he weren't in the squad.
Well, we might see him Tuesday. To be honest.
Yeah, might do.
We'll see where, I don't think that won't go through in time.
How do you know? You're a Premier League official now, yeah?
It's got to be done today.
He wasn't in the squad today.
Yeah, I can't see it.
The Oregon, I mean,
He might be like signing on a dotted line, mate.
We know all about Carroll's missing.
Yeah, but
He want to move up north, didn't he? Do you remember? He's going. She won't want to go up there.
Yeah, he knows everything. He's in the know. Him. He's an ITK on Twitter.
But, yeah,
One of them wankers.
we might see him. You don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't care if we do. I don't, if to be honest with you. But yeah, so we move on. First half was a very boring affair. We give the ball away a lot. They made it very, very difficult for us to break it down as well. And
Zarate had the first real chance, straight at the keeper.
Yeah.
Obiang
had a few decent.
Obiang had a chance.
Antonio had a couple of chances.
Yeah, I think the closest.
Jenks had one as well.
Had a couple of long range
one from the edge of the area. Keeper
tipped it over the bar.
Round the post.
Yeah.
Who was one he tipped one over as well, didn't he?
Yeah, I think that was from Obiang. That one.
Yeah.
I ain't too sure because it was down the other end, but I'm sure that was from Obiang.
What was Antonio?
May have been. I'm not sure. As I said,
well, he tips one of them over the bar anyway.
One went over the bar, so
yeah, they made a few good saves.
Antonio won. I think either he or a defender clearly it looked off the line, but when I saw the replay, I think it was a bit further actually didn't connect with it properly. But it was going in bottom corner.
We didn't. Don't get me wrong. Apart from the first 20 seconds when there was that fuck up.
They didn't.
They never threatened at all. We never looked like. No. The only thing I was worried about was the replay.
Yeah.
You know, because you don't want to go up there for a replay.
That would have been four games in 12 days with that replay, and we don't need that this time of the season.
The most entertaining thing in the first half, apart from the Jenkinson chance and the
when you dropped your pie,
was their winger running forward, doing all these step overs, and then literally passed the ball straight to Criswell. Oh, that was hilarious.
That was a funny thing I've seen all season. That'd be on bloopers, wouldn't it?
But he was giving all these step over, and he goes, oh shit.
Wow. Hilarious, that mate. But second half start. Go in second half. Second half starts. It's just a boring, affair, wasn't it?
Until we brought Payet.
No, I think Carroll more than Payet.
Yeah.
I think Carroll more than Payet. Yeah, I think Carroll made more happen today.
But the loudest cheer of the game was when Payet was coming on.
He's always going to be the loudest cheer of the game.
Yeah.
Right? He's always going to be.
Because everyone was bored.
They might actually do fucking something. Come on, quick.
Nicky's man crush.
Yeah, I love him, man. I really love him. I'm going to buy one of them T-shirts that someone's selling.
Oh, who's that then?
Don't know, some pricks. So I thought Carroll made more happen than him. He knocked the ball down for the goal.
Yeah.
I think when them Wolves defenders see him and Payet coming back,
exactly.
Yeah, but it makes things happen. You knew you was going to get chances and something was going to drop to someone, and obviously.
The thing is, although he done a couple of glimpses, but it's just his presence, isn't it? Because of what he's done.
And the thing is, it as we said last week, it
gives everyone a lift,
it boosts the side, and it puts that mindset of the defenders and the midfield that, oh God, he's coming on. You know, it's the same with Carroll coming off the bench. You've played 60, 70 minutes and you've had a tough game, and then you look over and you see him coming on, you think, as a centre half, you're thinking,
you know
what I mean? Last 20 minutes, you've got
your work cut out.
Exactly. You know, like, Jelavic ain't going to win the balls in the air that Carroll done, but
he's not the physical presence, is he?
But he made them centre halves work. You know,
I know it was a quiet game for Jelavic, but he weren't really getting much up there, was he?
No, the thing is, he's not.
It was a weird. It was just a strange. I think the way we set up was just strange. It was very defensive.
Yeah.
But again,
and not a lot, you know. But
you go back to before Payet come back and before Carroll come back. That's how we were setting up, not to get beat. And as we said, there was no. Wolves could have played another 90 minutes and still not scored again.
They
just come.
They come for the draw, didn't they? Yeah,
they come to shut us out and get a payday back at their ground.
Yeah.
And it
It
didn't quite work out. Yeah.
But is that obviously we'll talk about Jelovic's winner in a second. It was a fantastic goal, but. Let's talk a little bit about Jelovic as a striker, because the transfer window is open. Obviously, one thing I say about today, Zarate playing proves that he ain't going to another English side.
No.
So he's looking to go abroad.
Who's it?
Malaga, isn't it? Yeah. I think he's definitely out the door. I do.
I think the reason probably why it's not done now is because they need to find a replacement.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. With anyone we're selling, we won't sell.
The thing is, if they're looking at what are you going to get for him? 5 million? 4 to 5 million?
We signed him for free. Yeah, so I don't think that's bad business. To be honest.
That could put towards that Toure deal. You know? So they've got to have someone lined up. I won't let him go with no one else coming in.
And the thing is, do we let him go for another striker, or do we need another winger? I know we got Moses coming back. You know, Antonio's form's been a bit.
We definitely need another striker.
Yeah,
without fail, we need another
someone
striker,
different.
But
I think they're looking at the winger. I think that Toure has been lined up. I think that's the reason we got rid of Jarvis, because otherwise you would have just kept Jarvis on the books, just in case he needs to come back.
Yeah.
I don't know what the deal was like.
The Jarvis deal's probably been done earlier than what they expected.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So. They would have just kept Jarvis on the books just in case they needed the winger. So I consider the winger. Now, I think, to be honest, I think that Toure can play as both. He's a unit. Have you seen him?
I'm going to have to look up one.
Good player. Seen him play a few times.
He reminds me of. he reminds me the way he moves. He ain't as skillful. He's like a bit of a poor man's Payet, in the fact that he's got all the industry, all the running in him. He's good on the ball. He's got a good pass on him, but he ain't got that skill. He's got that little bit of flair, yeah. But he looks like he's built for the Premier League. Do you agree with me, right?
Yeah, we need to get in there first then before someone else.
We definitely need to get in there, because I can see, to be honest, with what I've seen of him, I'm not no expert, I don't sit there watching Turkish football every week, but I'm just saying, from what I've seen of him, the clips I've seen of him, he would quite easily fit into someone like Arsenal, or Liverpool. Yeah, definitely Liverpool, because they need reinforcements, because they're fucking awful at the minute. And
to be fair, I think Jelic can go and fit in at Liverpool. How bad they are at the minute.
Yeah,
it's not.
No, but I'm just saying, we need to get in there and get the deal done. I think that's why they're quite keen to get it done. Maybe because some of the big boys, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but maybe some of the big boys.
We've been stung before when we've dillied and dallied on deals. Yeah. We just need to get in there, get it sorted, get our business done now, so we know where we stand by the end of the
day. But you look at the last transfer window, we got our business done straight away.
Exactly.
Yeah. We didn't muck about in the summer, did we?
We need to do now before someone else does.
There was 4 or 5 signings on deadline day.
Yeah, deadline day, but they weren't. But the main signings like Payet and that, they was all done.
No, they was done. They was done quick. I wouldn't say like the main sign. We've got some good signings on deadline day. You know what I mean? So
one of the best winners I remember.
Yeah, definitely. But that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe we can, get this Toure deal. I would quite easily let Joey O'Brien. I don't know if he can't start today. I don't know when he's going to play. I'll quite easily let him go, and Zarate I would let go if Toure's coming in, because Zarate, we was meant to be talking about Jelic, but we've gone on to Zarate. Zarate, it doesn't fit anywhere for me. It doesn't fit anywhere. You know what I mean? He's not going to get in front of Payet anywhere.
Zarate.
Yeah, he's not a winger. He's not a striker.
He is an impact sub.
Zarate's the sort of player you'd like on the bench to come on to try to make something happen, but it's just his attitude. He was poor today again, wasn't he? Yeah. The last couple of games he's been poor. I think he wants to move.
He wants out, yeah.
Against Southampton, he looked like he'd rather been anywhere but on that pitch. So, maybe he's trying to engineer a move away, or it's already been
I don't think he's engineering.
No, I don't. I think against Southampton, I think he just got found out.
Yeah.
I think he got found out.
What do you think? Maybe he's had a run in with Bilic or something?
No, I really do that. I think he had Southampton. I think they'd watched the way he is, because we've said it before. He don't work back.
Yeah, but you got to take it into account that before that he was playing well, so you can't play every game well, can you?
No, he was playing well, but I'm on about as a winger, you've got to be able to defend.
Yeah,
and that's what I mean. He got found out against Southampton. Is it
don't get me wrong, I'm all for getting rid of him. Yeah, is it a bit unfair on him, because he's been a bit of everywhere, isn't he? You know what I mean? Like, is it unfair not to give him a run of games in the position he wants to play in?
I don't want to just get rid of him for the sake of getting rid of him. If we've got someone coming in and the money's going to be used for another player like Toure, then fair enough. But I wouldn't just get rid of him.
Makes you think when he's good, he's good.
But that's the thing. Is he a player that looks good around better players? Where he's at, where your Lanzini, your Payet, your Sakos have all been out injured, and he's had to be in a side again with that defensive mentality. It doesn't. When you've got them attacking players and your mentality is more attacking, he sort of thrives a bit. But them games that he's been poor in have been that right. We need to not get beat. Do you know what I mean? Like under Allardyce, he never thrived under Allardyce, because the mentality of Allardyce is defend and not get beat at all costs. And maybe that's why he's dipped in form.
I'm not sure.
Anyway, Jelic.
Yeah. I'm not sure about him, to be honest. Jelic starts today. Offered nothing. I thought you say he's full of running. I don't think the body's allowing him to do what he wants to do.
You never know. He could be a striker that needed that boost and a bit of confidence.
Maybe, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Do you know what? Up to 85 minutes a day, I was sitting there thinking to himself, he's got to be finished here. You know what I mean? He can't. There's no more chances for him. You know what I mean? He's played and played. Nothing's coming up for him, and then he scores a fucking cracker. A fucking volley into the top corner. You know what I mean? So,
do you think it might be with a case like where Antonio got his first goal and his confidence soared and he's been?
But you can't really say. I don't know what. I won't even say that about Antonio. Antonio's had a decent game against Liverpool. wasn't great today. I didn't think he
20 minutes against Southampton, played well against Liverpool.
Yeah,
Done all right today. Didn't do nothing wrong.
No, nothing wrong, but weren't great.
From,
you know what I mean? And that's meant to be his level.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. He's just come from there, and he was tearing that shit up in the Championship. You know what I mean? So that's his level. That's a lower level, obviously, in the league he's playing in. This is one difference, I would say. You know, Wolves wouldn't set up like that because they would feel they could go toe to toe with who did he play for? Forest. They could feel they could go toe to toe with him.
Also, Forest play a different system to us.
No, of course, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you can't say that Antonio's got confidence because he's had a decent game. You know, he's had one smashed off his head. He had a good game, so let him have a few more. Then I'd say, yeah, the confidence has done it. But is Jelavic? I just feel it's a case of his body won't allow him to do what he wants to do anymore. Yeah. He's not good enough. He's a yard off the pace. You know, and people know when you lose that yard off the pace in football.
We had a similar sort of striker in Teddy Sheringham, but Sheringham was a lot better. His brain was a lot better.
That's the difference.
He was slow. But his brain works meticulously. You know what I mean?
Again, with Jelavic, you look at Antonio now. He's had a couple of games with Carroll, and he's learning to play off Carroll. Yeah. And then Jelavic has come back in. Jelavic, he's had a couple of games. He ain't had a decent run in the side with decent players around him. You know, it's hard to criticise. He isn't good enough, but more for his age now, I think. Yeah. But we can't.
I'm not criticising his footballing ability. I'm not criticising his commitment. He looks like he wants to do what he can do, but his body's just saying, like, a bit like Nolan. Yeah, exactly like Nolan. But then that begs the question, like, why pay £3 million for this geezer? Do you know what I mean?
But he was brought in.
When you let Nolan go, Nolan could have just done exactly the same thing as he's doing.
I think Jelavic was brought in to replace Carroll if Carroll broke down again. Because you got to think we were going into that transfer window. Sacco was fit, Valencia was injured, Carroll was injured. You know, we didn't really have another striker, so he was available. They've got him in. He's done a job. You know, he's got two.
A bad job.
I think £3 million nowadays is not.
No, it's not football. It's not. No, but it's a lot. It's still a lot of money to us. It doesn't matter whether £3 million. But like, why let a geezer go that's on your books? Who could have done this? Do you agree with me then? Nolan could have done as good a job as that. Colton Cole could have extended his contract, and I think Colton Cole offers more than Jelavic does. Even at his age, like, even as poor as he is, he knows the club inside out. Why get rid of someone like them two, who knows the club inside out, to get someone in on a short term that don't know the club as well, needs to learn how to play with all the players, whatever. Just keep Nolan and keep Colton Cole.
You got to think as well, Bilic knows it.
Bilic knows
it. I understand.
And when Bilic was in charge,
did you see that cracker he scored for Celtic? Colton Cole. We've done 2 4. You know what I mean? You don't get them sort of things on the.
We did, fucking Antonio. He done a sliding diving head around ball in the top corner.
But yeah, no, you know, Carroll assisted on Jelavic's goal, and
I would have just honestly, like, going back to Jelavic, I would have just more kept Colton Cole. Why not? It would have cost us no money.
Yeah, he would have,
and probably less wages.
I think Cole wouldn't have been happy sitting on the bench.
No, he wanted to play. No, he wanted regular
Jelavic is happy, obviously, to step up from the Championship, to play and sit on the bench.
I don't know, mate. I think Cole. Well, God's honest truth, right? I think Cole would have took half the money. Yeah, and sat on the bench.
Cole was a good servant
to be part of the last season.
Cole left at the right time.
Yeah.
No, I know Cole left at the right time.
I'm just saying.
Why sign Jelavic? He's shitter than Cole.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
He is, mate. Honestly.
No, I don't.
No, I'm telling you.
I like Cole.
Look at Cole last season. Like, obviously, I can't judge him this season. He wasn't with the club at the beginning, and I don't watch Scottish football because he's pup, right? But he come up.
You're quite nice about Scottish football, calling it pup. Then I was expecting a few other words.
No, but I'm just saying, like, last season, although Cole scored 2 or 3 goals, he scored some important goals. Equaliser in the FA Cup against Everton.
He just scored the winner in the FA Cup.
I did.
And the thing is, though,
leave Jelavic alone.
No, I'm not. I don't know, because he just offers nothing for me. I don't.
Yeah, he's not a starter, so we ain't.
I don't like him. I could play up front instead of him. That's what it's all about. That's what it all boils down to. I'm jealous.
I must admit,
jealous, Gary.
Is he living your life?
It was a great goal. goal that he scored.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fucking cracking
If
goal.
Payet had scored that goal, people
But
would be
up to
that'd be another
85
couple of million on Payet.
Up to 85 minutes, I was like,
He done a lot of unselfish stuff. You know, I said he ain't Andy Carroll. He ain't going to win the amount of balls in the air that he does, but he does a lot of unselfish running.
Anyway, we're through.
He's one of our poorer players. He's got 2 assists and 1 goal.
Take the
he had
positives.
one chance coming his way down, he took it.
Take the positives.
To be fair, you are right there. He didn't have a sniff other than that.
No.
Take the
And he
positives.
period it
Yeah.
right in that corner.
That's one of a striker. Is it semi or?
I don't know, I'm not sure. It's too little to tell. Yeah, so that's it then.
We're through to the fourth round.
Who
We're
do
in
you
the
want? Yeah. When's the draw? Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how Man United are getting on. It was 0-0 when I
It
last
was
seen.
0-0.
There's some smaller teams in there. Some of the bigger sides. Don't start for that. We got mugged off last time.
I ain't mugged off.
No,
we
you
never
ain't.
won.
I am.
We never won for 8 weeks, and they're only 4 points in front of us.
Anyway.
At Dembele, he ain't
Yeah,
a very good
that-
player.
Nice one, Scott. Well done.
No. We'll skip over Tottenham until we play them again because I feel like
I want to play in the FA Cup.
the next time we meet them, I think it'll be a more even contest. I
Bloody
do.
hope so.
Yeah, I think it will. Anyway,
Last ever game under the bowling lights.
yeah, last ever game at the and we're going to go out on a bang now. I think definitely. I'm not calling a West Ham win. I mean Tottenham are in great form, but
Yeah.
I fancy us more now than I did. Well, I did fancy us last time, but let's skip forward. What was we talking about?
We're in the
Fourth
fourth
round.
round.
Fourth round.
Who do we
Fourth
want?
round. We're only out. Who do we want?
I'm out. As long as
Anyone.
we can avoid one of the. Do you know what? I don't even want to avoid one of the top boys because we've beaten them all this season.
Anyone at
So
home? So what? Anyone at home?
I don't know. Yeah, I'd like a. I don't know. I'd like an away game somewhere.
It's nice having an away game, but I think it still could be. This could have been the last ever FA Cup game at the Bowling.
What's a cracker?
It went the best, but we could get all the way through to the final and be away every game from now.
I thought you said be away in the final and say, well, that's definitely.
Well, last time we got to the final, we only had one home game, didn't we?
Yeah.
Good
All the others
stats.
were away.
I don't know. It's just there's something about us this season where I don't fear anyone. And my dad always told me, you want to win it, you got to beat the best.
Yeah.
That's
Of
it.
course, you've got
Like-
to play the best at some point,
Yeah.
so you might as well play them in the early rounds or the later rounds.
That's what I used to sit there in World Cup, sitting there whinging about. Oh no, if we finish second, we can have Germany. He went. If we've got to play, we're going to have to play Germany at some point.
Exactly.
So
Why not now?
Why not now? Yeah, if you beat them, you can. It shows you're good enough to go on to win it. So
course it does.
yeah, so I'm quite easy like that. And like someone said today on a fan cam, I think we sort of like step up to the plate when it comes to them. I've seen too many banana skins to feel comfortable with playing a Wrexham or a fucking Eastleigh or I've seen too many slip ups
and especially if you get them away.
You don't want to play them sort of teams for the simple fact that they're just going to boot the shit out of your players. That's the when
it's
you
not only
play.
that, it's
If
the
we played
pitches.
Eastleigh, right?
It's the pitch as well.
Imagine them against Payet, they're just sliding in everywhere.
he wouldn't be able to play.
They won't play him.
I
You
would
couldn't
never
him.
risk him, man. Not against Eastleigh.
I'd like a top championship
To
club or
be
a
honest with you,
Premiership team.
today I would have liked to see Oxford come in the midfield, right? I would have liked to see Hendry play at left back, just to see
Josh Cullen.
I would have liked to see Josh Cullen in there. I don't think maybe Oxford at centre back, Cullen in the midfield, just to integrate. I thought he said he was going to do that.
Yeah, to be fair, when I saw what he said, I picked out who I thought, and I thought
And
Oxford.
Parfit,
Well, you
was
got
it Parfit Williams? Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
the forward.
What you got to
But I
remember
didn't
as
see him
well
play,
is
I saw
Wolves are a
Milovic.
top championship club.
That's
You
that's
know
why
what I mean?
he's-
They've just won 3 in a row.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Well, a bit
So he's got to be a bit.
But I
They've got to be a bit
thought
careful.
Oxford might have started at the back today. Because all this playing him in centre midfield, the guy's a defender. Play him as a defender. Let him progress his career as a defender.
Yeah, but you can't say that because he could turn out to be one of the best holding midfielders in the world. Of course he can.
Say it now.
Look at Ferdinand. Ferdinand was a centre forward, then a midfielder. He turned out to be one
Adrian
of
was
the.
a winger
A lot
and a striker
a lot of
before he was
players
a
were.
goalkeeper.
He wasn't, was he?
Yeah.
A lot of players were. Bobby
I'd have played him up
That's why he
front
still
instead
that
of
penalty with ease.
I mean, a bit before your time, 86, when we signed McAvenny, we signed him as a midfielder,
Yeah.
and he ended up being
Look at
one of the
Henri.
top scorers.
Arsenal signed him as a winger.
winger. Yeah.
Top scorer ever in the Premier League.
happened to
for
him?
them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. Like,
He done all
But it
right.
would have been nice to see Oxford. It would have been nice to see Josh Cullen. He's been on the bench a few times. I think if the game had gone a bit differently, I think we may have seen him, because when the subs were warming up, they were all tracksuited up, and then each time a sub was coming on, he was down to his shorts. Then and Cullen was stripped off.
he was thinking about it.
Yeah, and then he changed it and brought Oxford on. But I think that was because we went 1-0 up.
Yeah.
I'd just like to see the game. I'd just like to see him.
I'd like to see. You know,
He looks full of energy. He done all right in that. You know, he was in that same. You look at it as well. Yeah, he was in that same sort of category as Lanzini. Like Lanzini, you look back to the European game. Lanzini played and scored in the away European leg when it was the outcasts sort of playing. So he was in that bracket. So to have someone come in like Lanzini and just fucking set the place alight, you know what I mean? You got to give these players a chance every now and then.
And the thing is that sometimes it is these. I know we want to take the cup, especially this year. You know, to win the FA Cup this year, be superb.
Yeah.
But
it's what he said. It's what he said as well this morning, which I thought was very bold and it was brilliant. It's so refreshing because, like, you've had over the last couple of days, you've had people like Allardyce come out and go, you know, we're going to have to field a weakened team. Then someone else said it, didn't he? Klopp last night absolutely fucking nearly fucking lost because of it. Like, you know, just taking a piss out of teams like it's not taking piss out of teams obviously because, you know, they probably feel that their youth can you know, deal with that sort of thing, but it's sort of like, you know, when you're putting that many in, it's taking a piss out of the competition, and like to be honest, that breaks my heart.
Yeah, because for me, the FA Cup is the best cup competition in the world.
It's what I dreamed about when I was a kid,
and I've never seen West Ham win the FA Cup. So for me, if I was offered top four, if I was offered top four or the FA Cup all day long. You can listen. Champions League is a dream, but why do you want to go there? We're not good enough to win the Champions League.
Hey, look, you can't put fourth place in a trophy.
He's don't get me wrong. Champions League brings the money, right? Someone said to me earlier, I think he's a United fan on Twitter. He's like, Champions League, because Champions League equals more money, equals better players, equals better club. Yeah, I'll totally disagree with that statement. I can understand where he's getting at, but for one, there is no better club than ours, in my eyes. I don't care whether we're like, this is where a few of the sort of like fair weather fans sort of fall down, because, you know, now Chelsea ain't doing so well. I've heard a few whispers saying people were stuck with their season tickets this season. They're stuck with them. You know what I mean? Last season they weren't stuck with them. No. You know what I mean? When they was fucking winning every week. So there's that, yeah. So you got the sort of fair weather fans don't understand that, you know, more success and more money don't necessarily mean a better club. You know what I mean? I think I said today on Twitter, I wouldn't swap Mark Noble for 10 Eden Hazards at the minute. Because Eden Hazard doesn't want to play for fucking Chelsea. You know what I mean? And that's where I think the money brings you, and what it does to your club. It brings in better player, of course, a better quality of player.
The thing is with them fans of them clubs like the Cities, the Arsenal, the Chelseas, they got to have Champions League football, right? But do you know why they prefer Champions League football? Because in recent years they've all won the FA Cup. For us, we haven't. No. So we want to win the FA Cup. You know, Arsenal have won it 2 years in a row. You think their fans are really bothered if they go out this year? That's just how we won it 2 years in a row. And they don't care.
That's the thing. It's
nothing. It's not special to them. Arsenal won the FA Cup. No, to be fair, Arsenal do a parade and that's fair enough. But other clubs don't really do it. Imagine if we won the FA Cup. God. How much it would mean to our clubs.
Remember when we done the playoff final?
Yeah, but that's how much it would mean to us. So for me, this season, it's not only this season, next season, any season, the FA Cup is important.
Dave Besant was on TalkSport this morning when I was going to work, and the bloke asked him, because he was saying about what Klopp's comments were. He gets what Klopp's saying with Liverpool, you know, because Liverpool are that, they've got to be in that top four, they've got to be in the Champions League, and he gets why he does it and why he said what he done. But he said at the end of the day, what he's telling his kids about is that he went with Wimbledon and beat Liverpool, won the FA Cup.
But their first team,
and then
hold on a minute. Right, I don't care what Klopp says. Right, Liverpool's first team ain't good enough to be in the top four.
No, but that's what he was saying. What he was saying was they're not.
I know what he's saying.
It's making the money to bring in the players for them to be a top 4 club. Because that's where they think
like
they
Tottenham
should be.
as well. But I think Tottenham should be the same as us. They should be aiming to win the FA Cup this year. You know, because they're getting the Champions League, they're not going to win it, are they?
No, of course not.
Why would we want to get there next season?
Because it's all about money.
I know it's all about money, but we've got years ahead of us.
Would you
I want to see us win a trophy.
I would rather, right?
Desperately want to see us win a cup.
If I had a choice, if we win the FA Cup this year, I'd take top 8 finish, winning the FA Cup, progressing next
I'll be honest.
year.
Yeah, but you've got to realise as well, the FA Cup this year, if you win it, you go into the Europa League straight away. So
you're doing that anyway.
no,
mean Champions League?
No, Europa League. If you win the FA Cup,
You always get the Europa League.
or is it the Champions League? No, it's not the Champions League, is it?
But you're getting when it in. Who Southampton were runners up last year, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, you go in the last.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It don't matter if we finish like 8th or 7th and we're out of that Europe spot. We win the FA Cup, we're still in it.
No, but what I will take, right? This is bold. I will take 17th to win the FA Cup. I don't want to go down because of it. Don't get me wrong, especially this season.
I wouldn't want to finish 17th.
I want to win the FA Cup.
Not with the start we've had in the season. You know, realistically, top 8, as we said all along. That's our target. Beating last year, but top 8 now because of the start of the season we had. And if we win this FA Cup,
I honestly think we can do both.
I think we can.
I think we can sustain league and cup. I think we're a good enough team now.
Got a good enough squad. And that's who we had in January as well.
That's it.
You remember, if we get in a couple of foreign impulse, they can play in the FA Cup, can't they?
This is the key. Who we bring in now.
Yeah.
Because I don't want us go in, get to January, don't sign no one, go 3 or 4 weeks after that, Pay's injured. You know, we lose him for another month. Carroll gets injured, we lose him for
but they can get injured in the league as well as they can get injured
in training, mate.
But get injured in training.
Reedy's been out for, I don't know, like 4 weeks, he's been injured in training.
We're in this window now. We can get rid of some of the dead wood and we can bring in a couple of players that if this player does get injured, right, he ain't going to be as good as that player, but
he's close.
He can do a job.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where we've all right, we didn't lose. We lost 2 games in whatever without our big players.
2 in 20 now.
Yeah, we just want a player that, like, he ain't a Payet, he ain't a Lanzini, but he's got that little bit of about him that's going to get us a goal or create us a goal. You know, and that's what when we've lost these players, that's what we've missed.
But we've got good replacements for P1 that we've got now in the squad.
Yeah.
Like if Antonio goes down, you've got Moses.
That's it. But it's the big players. It's your Andy Carroll, it's your Dimitri Payet, it's your Lanzinis. You know, we haven't got replacements for them in my mind.
I don't know, we've got one of the strongest squads I can remember.
Yeah, it's the strongest squad. But
I thought last year's squad was strong, but this year's even stronger.
Yeah.
Remember last year's transfer window was all going, we're never going to beat that. And this year we smashed it.
Yeah.
Like January, like I said on my video I done the other day, we're not in a panic transfer window. We've got time to take a look and be smart. It ain't worth going out and signing shit that's just going to sit on your bench and do nothing.
I honestly think that's why they're turning around and saying they're not going to spend any money either. I don't believe that they're at their wage cap whatsoever, because if they are, fucking hell, what are we earning?
I'll tell you another thing that I can see happening as well. Jenks going back to Arsenal and Sam Byram coming in, then when that frees us up for another loan, didn't it?
Yeah.
And I could see someone like maybe us trying to get someone like Wilfred Bonney.
Would you send Jenks back to Arsenal at this moment?
It depends. If the thing is with Sam Byram, it's a risk, but Creswell was a risk, and look how that worked out.
With Creswell, I don't know what's going on. He just don't look the same player we had last season.
Cresswell, I mean Jenkinson.
Jenkinson, sorry. He just don't look the same.
Well, the thing is with Jenks, he's like renting us, isn't he, for a season? It's like renting a flat before you move into your big house, so you bought.
He's just signed a 4-year.
You know what I mean? It is. He's just signed a 4-year deal at Arsenal. That's his club. That's his parent club.
But you don't put performances in for us. He's not going to be at Arsenal.
Yeah. Would you sit there now, looking at the way he's played this season, and think you're going to be playing for Arsenal next season?
But all in the summer we was all saying, let's sign him for 10 million.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we was going on his past.
Not for
but he did have a good season.
10 million.
I wouldn't sign him if I could. I wouldn't sign him for 10 million if I can get Sam Byram for 5, because I've watched that Sam Byram a few times and I like him.
Yeah.
He's a good right back. He's a West Ham fan.
Yeah.
You know, he was born in Thurrock.
I think a lot of Jenkinson is the fact that today was the first time we've kept a clean sheet with him on the pitch. No, he came against Liverpool, didn't he? So sorry that. But the first time he started the game, we kept a clean sheet. But last season he bombed forward and he had players on that side with him that he could overlap, would overlap him, and then would get back. He ain't got that now.
Yeah.
He ain't got them workers in front of him, and he just looks so hesitant to make that run forward. This time, someone's got the ball. Someone's looking at him. Payet had the ball, looking at him, pointing. Payet standing there on the wing, pointing at him to run there. The two Wolves players are looking at Payet. Payet's going run there, and Jenkinson's like, "Oh shit," you know. He hasn't
got that mentality anymore.
No, I think because especially with Debussy leaving Arsenal, they're a right back down now. So maybe bringing Gents back to sit on their bench.
Yeah, I don't know. It's, if, you know, as I said with Tompkins, he ain't a right back, so in my mind.
No, the thing is though, Tompkins can operate a right back as well.
Yeah, he can.
So bringing what are you laughing at?
Sorry.
I think he's had 2 beers.
He's every now and then I forgot he just got.
I don't want to interrupt.
Just don't say nothing. I forget you're there, and then you go.
I don't want to interrupt people while they're making a point.
What do you want to do?
I'm not rude like you.
Now while we're on transfers.
Yeah, why not?
Anyway, the game finished. 1-0.
We've done all that already. We've talked about fucking magic in the FA Cup. What are you doing, man? What have you forgot about?
Right, fuck the FA Cup. Transfers.
Go on then. What we got?
Well, Reece, we had
not a lot.
Roundup.
The under-21 game. I think Reece Brown from Birmingham.
Yeah, they give him a month's trial. No, he was a trialist. They've given him a month's trial, haven't they, now? So people are saying he's like a Ravel Morrison type player. Same head. No, honestly, he's really mental. No, he's good as well.
Oh, it's good.
Really rated. Yeah. Birmingham fans were doing their nut on Twitter the other night when they see him playing for us. What's he doing at West Ham? I thought he was in our first team. No, yeah, so
that'd be one to keep an eye on. But I think that if that's going to get done, that'll probably be done summertime, wouldn't it? If they think it.
What about Morrison? Going back to Morrison again.
Yeah, I mean,
do you know what? Right. I don't know whether anyone's seen this, Scott. We done on the social last week. These two do a show on the social. And we talked about Ravel Morrison coming back. That was a question that someone submitted, and he retweeted it because he was saying, "I'm such a big fan. I'm such a big fan of his. If anyone watched Postman Pond, I know how much of a big fan of his." He put his hand out and retweet, and he liked it and retweeted it.
Scott like that.
The thing is,
there's still clues being hinted all the time.
He's been doing it for weeks with pictures on his Instagram of him in his West Ham shirt and that. Listen, it's split 50-50.
Of course it is.
People want him back, people don't. Personally, for me, I want him back. I'd like to see him back because I feel like Slaven Bilic will put his arm around him and go, come here, Ralph. You're better than them cunts, you know what I mean? Get on there. And he will, and he'll make him feel loved because Allardyce don't make you feel loved.
No, that's it.
And he didn't love me.
I said, I thought he'd had a row with Noble after the Palace game the other season.
Yeah, but
then he's playing in his testimonial. So maybe that was just all rumour mill from.
The only people that know what goes on.
It all boils down to, doesn't it? The agent. It was the agent.
I think that's out of all the rumours I heard, all the bust ups, just him being a prick. I think it was, and do you know what? If that was, I said this at the time as well. If you can check back at the time when he was saying this, if that's the case, I put the kid right. I put the kid 100% right, because if someone pulled me into an office and tried to force me into doing something, that I didn't want to do to benefit them, I'd say fuck you. I'm not. You can go fuck yourself.
Well, the thing is, you talk about agents. Just quick, I know that's going off subject. I was watching the Liverpool game last night. They had a player who scored Sinclair.
Yeah.
Did you hear when they said, "Oh, he's holding Liverpool to ransom for contracts and all that"? Okay. Do you know why? Do you know who his agent is? Same as Raheem Sterling's.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's it.
They get into these kids' heads too young.
Agents are the worst thing about football in my mind.
Because all they can see is a quick buck.
Exactly.
Nice big
but
commission.
They don't think about the kids' career, because fuck his career. I'm earning as much as I need. You know what I mean? He can, if he fucking don't make it in the first team,
they'll dump him at the first opportunity.
Yeah. Ravel was a bit the same.
Yeah. As we said before, if we get Ravel the player,
brilliant.
We know he is.
Yeah, and he'll benefit from players like Payet and Lanzini, Chekioe, Song.
Can you imagine that? that going forward.
The thing is, what you got to remember was when the last team he was in,
masturbation station.
he was the best player, wasn't he? Everyone was relying on him all the time. He used to look around that pitch. You see Joe O'Brien over there, a fat Joe Cole over there. Like, no, I'm not being horrible, but one of the Joe
Matt
Cole,
Taylor.
yeah, Matt Taylor, and he was thinking like, what? Why?
Yeah.
And then if he looks around now,
too much on his
I
shoulders.
don't get me wrong, Matt Taylor's a great servant to us, but fuck me, man, if you've got him playing in the central midfield, you're fucked.
yeah,
Do you know
that's what I mean. And I feel like Ravel Morrison, if he did come back, he probably wouldn't be a starter.
Could it be roused over the free kicks, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but then good.
God,
You've got
blimey.
Creswell, Lanzini, Payet, and
Morrison.
And you look when we used to have Noble flicking it over to Noble
Every
Free
time.
season.
And it never fucking
I
worked.
think it worked once, and they went,
it worked
don't let
once, and
every
Nolan
week.
still missed it.
I'm sure under Allardyce, one of the only direct free kicks we scored was Stuart Downing, who blasted it at the wall when the wall moved out the way.
Yeah.
That's the last game of the season.
Tottenham, wasn't
I
it?
remember Vaz scoring a decent one in the League Cup against Cheltenham.
Oh, yeah, well done, mate.
Direct free kick.
Stats, mate.
It was a direct. Oh, I was there. Took my nephew his first game.
But
He comes out with some crackers, doesn't he? I remember
it would be good.
Vaz Tate scored one against Cheltenham.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just
But
keep informed, don't I?
You do well, mate. Do
Who
really
else
well.
we've been linked with? Next change, we ain't been linked with everyone.
It's because he said there ain't no.
No, the other one is that Zaza, isn't it, from Juventus?
Yeah,
It's too much money, man.
No, it'd be a loan. It'd be a loan deal.
Can we get any more loans in? Are we allowed?
Internationally, yeah, it's just only the Premiership.
Internationally,
Can't
yeah.
anywhere.
Pricks.
Would you take a gamble on Boney if he's going for
Yeah, definitely. 5 million.
Someone sent me a thing the other day. I done a reaction thing on James's video.
Yeah.
They were saying it's not 5 mil, it's 20 mil. 20 mil.
Nah, they were saying about Man City was saying 5 million.
Do you know what? I think someone in the press office here, this is how I think press make their living, right? I think someone gets a player, random team, randomise a price, randomise his wages. That's how I think they write their stories. Because you look at a fucking across the press, yeah? I remember seeing in a newspaper the same story about a player on 2 different pages. 2 different people writ it. On one page he was earning £100 a week, on another page he was earning £80 a week.
Yeah,
how can you have that in the same paper?
Yeah. A lot of the transfer stuff you've got to remember is the agents. The agents really
it's all rumours.
drumming up a bit of
They've got to
trade.
fill their papers,
It's not
innit?
Do you know what? I don't want to talk about. Obviously, we have to talk about transfer rumours, but I honestly don't want to talk about him until it's done because I don't believe no bastard, no one.
I think we more need
only
to talk
person-
about where we need to strengthen.
The only people I ever take any notice of, and you said it the other day, ex-West Ham employee because he's normally spot on the money. You know what I mean? He knows what's going on in there somewhere, and Jack Sullivan because he definitely knows what the fuck's going on in there. You know, and then the only people that I ever listen to. The others can all go and if Dave Sullivan said saying, I'll listen as well. But
yeah, the others on Twitter just seem to like
they're trying to make
follow each
they're
other,
trying to make money copying
other people
and
yeah.
making up shit and hoping like 1 in every 10 they get right, and then they go, look, I told you, I was the first person to see it. That's all it is. Like, do not be fooled by these Twitter accounts. Don't get me wrong, I'll never ever say we're in the know. Yeah, if we get any information, we will bring it to you and we'll give it to you as information. Yeah, not once do I ever turn around and go, oh, I know for a fact that I told him we was going to sign Mika Richards once. Didn't you remember? When I phoned you up, when we were going to sign Mika Richards, mark my words.
I remember that time when we was going to sign Adriano and Solano. That was the best one I've ever seen.
But that's it.
I'm just saying, he's in the nose, right? They look at what's available and they have a wild punt and they go, right, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, and they sit there with their fingers crossed thinking, please, just come off. And a couple of them have got lucky a couple of times.
Yeah, you say
and
one comes off, doesn't it?
Yeah, one comes off and they go, told you.
Well, you look
and then
at
they
the
get all these followers.
You go,
People
what about the other 10 you got?
You look at the other rumours like Lampard, Gerrard and Ronaldinho, they're never going to come to West Ham. I wouldn't want them at West Ham. What's Ronaldinho going to do?
Gerrard proved he couldn't play for fucking Liverpool, and we're better than Liverpool now than they was then.
I'm not knocking them.
The only thing you're getting Ronaldinho to come and do is sell shirts.
Yeah, but why? We don't need it.
No, but that's it. Sell shirts. That'd be the only reason he'd
He'd be here for 3-4 months.
Yeah.
Rinse our wage.
Get fat, eating rib man.
He'll have one shot in 8 games and everyone will be buzzing over it.
Gerrard won't come back to the Premiership because he ain't going to go and play for no one.
I don't want Gerrard, I don't want Lamar. We're trying to build for the future.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We're not a retirement home last
Exactly. There's no point bringing these players.
There are certain points where these things can work out. I remember Henrik Larsson going to Man United worked out short term, but not them. I'm sorry, they proved that they can't play in the Premier League.
Lampard wouldn't come anyway. Lampard wouldn't come anyway for the simple fact that West Ham fans
Someone would probably stab
want
him.
No, half West Ham fans won't want him, and Lampard don't really need that in his career, does he? Now he's made a lot of money out of football.
He's had enough dogs abuse over the years.
Yeah, he's in New York now. He's just got married. Why does he want to come?
Did he marry that girl?
Yeah.
Did he?
Married
Good luck
her.
with him.
And that's it, he ain't going to cut. And like you said, we don't want them type of players.
We're building for the future. Why do we? That's why people like Sam Byram, 22. Why we want to go and sign Ronaldinho, 46?
That's the old West Ham signing.
I would say now, right, unless someone absolute top quality comes up available, I think we should make a policy to sign no one over the age of 27.
I very much doubt.
That's basically what Billy just said.
I very much doubt we'll sign a player from the Premiership.
What, in January?
Yeah.
Listen, January window is just
mental.
useless.
And this
But that's what
window,
I'm saying,
this window is going to be, it's going to be crazy.
This window is
from
for
your
teams
payday.
like Aston Villa who are fighting for their life. They get the panic signings in to try to.
Yeah, but
them to get ready
when
for
has that ever
Championship
worked for a
next year.
team? When they've bought a load of panic, but
Arson and Kitson worked.
That one, I suppose, yeah.
It does.
That wasn't transfer
wasn't
window.
window.
But we got them in the same time.
yeah, no, but that was when you could sign players any time.
Yeah,
of year,
but
I'm
that's
talking
it.
about.
You'll see Villa sign
I
players.
wonder if
You'll
we'll
see
see
Sunderland
Dave
sign
Bassett
players.
come back from Villa. He's normally one of these people.
That's what you'll see. Them teams down that bottom fighting for their life, they will panic buy. I wouldn't surprise me if you didn't see one of them teams down there sign a Adebayor.
The year we went down, they nearly went down. We got Lucas Neal and all that in, didn't we, in the transfer window?
Yeah.
It does work.
Sometimes,
Not occasionally.
But it's panic.
I think Norwich
majority of
nearly
the
do
time.
it with Ashton. They signed Ashton. And that nearly happened. He scored something like 10 goals in them for 7 games, and like they narrowly went down. And it does work, but
a lot of times, like clubs.
but we don't. You don't want to show your hand too early. Do you know what I mean?
That's it.
You know,
And that's why I think a lot of sides. That's why I think there ain't a lot of business being done at the minute.
no, you don't want to show your hand too early. But we don't. Also, we don't want to. We should be casually acquiring for these players. Is he available? No. All right, we'll move on and let them sort of fester on the fact that we're not desperate.
You
Do
want to
know what I
sign
mean?
players that you're going to have there for seasons, not 6 months.
It's like with this.
Robbie, we don't want another Robbie Keane situation.
It's like the guy from Leeds. He's young. If the deal's going to be done, then do it now and loan him back to Leeds.
No, why loan him back to Leeds?
Well, why not?
We need him.
If he could, but do we need him?
What's that going to do? Yeah, if Jenks goes back, we
But
don't
that's it.
need him.
If Gents ain't going
If
back,
Joey O'Brien gets sold, we need another right back as well.
That's what I'm saying. If
You
Jenks
can't
ain't
keep
going
relying on
back,
Tompkins all the time, because
Yeah.
Tompkins, don't get me wrong, he's done well. I'm not going to knock Tompkins, but he's centre off.
no,
Square peg round hole.
exactly. But that's what I'm saying. If you're going to keep Jenkinson, and you're not selling O'Brien, and you're going to sign this kid, sign him, loan him back out.
If we got to the FA Cup final, who would be your team? Everyone fit. This is the last question before we finish up. Yeah.
Adrian.
Tompkins,
Well, right back.
yeah, Reid, Ogbonna, Creswell.
You chop Ginger.
Yeah. Well, you've got to play the best players.
Ginger's the best player at the minute.
To be fair,
Sacco's fit, Sacco's up front.
I'm with you with your
Lanzini,
back
Payet,
four. I agree with the back four. It's the midfield that's hard.
Noble, Kyoto.
Oh, I wouldn't put Noble in.
You won't put your captain in an FA Cup final.
To be
I'm
fair-
getting off this one. What's fucking wrong? You won't put your club captain in an FA
If
Cup
everyone
final.
was fit,
Yeah.
It's hard.
he would.
It's hard.
Right. We're going to go back. We're going to go back to this old thing when I was saying like you can't have too many superstars in midfield.
Totally agree.
Why are you going to take out someone who's going to put tackles in to put someone like Song? He don't really get stuck in that much, does he?
Yeah, but look, the thing is, it's hard. Look at Obiang.
What about him?
He's a tough tackler. He can pick a pass.
All right. Well, we'll drop Noble for the FA Cup final. In his testimonial year,
No, but that's it.
we'll drop him for the FA Cup final.
No, what I'm saying.
I'm not getting angry.
Oh, this is what I was trying to
But
entice. I was trying to entice.
that's the hardest part, isn't it? Picking that.
It's not hard. It's not hard for me. Bilic would never drop his captain.
Cool, Billy ain't going to drop no.
Exactly. What did I say? Let's go back to pre-season, yeah?
Yeah.
What did I say Bilic was going to do with Noble?
Make him captain.
And what did I say he was also going to do?
Build a team around him.
Thank you for joining post-match, mate. And that's what he's done. That's
But
exactly what
I
he's
think-
done.
See what he started.
I don't agree with that.
It's the toughest.
I don't agree that he's his captain. He is his captain. I don't believe he's built a team around him.
No, I don't believe he's built a team, but he has built a sort of midfield around him.
No, I don't think he has.
When he's fully fit, he's started every game. He's never dropped him.
Everyone hasn't
dropped him.
Everyone has not been fit at the time. Song is coming back. Song is just coming back.
Yeah.
Song
won't start in front of Noble.
All right, we'll see.
Song will not.
I'm not saying that he will. I'm just saying, like,
I'm going to agree with Ryan. Song won't start in front of Noble as his captain.
Right, let's all have players in midfield that can unlock defences, but let's also have no players in midfield that are going to get stuck in.
See, for me, I would start Noble, right? Because, as I said, he is captain.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah,
5 minutes, you said no.
No, I didn't. I said no. I said that's the toughest. That's the toughest thing. Is picking that centre midfield.
Yeah.
Because you've got Noble, you've got Obiang, you've got Song, you've got Kiate. He could be possibly the one that gets dropped.
Kiate?
Yeah.
No,
because then you
don't fill his glass.
But that's what I'm saying. You solidify them two holding midfielders, yeah, and then you're attacking.
It's so difficult, but that's good.
Sacco.
Yeah, it's good.
You've got Payet, you've got Lanzini.
Yeah, there's no way he's going to drop.
But Lanzini's been playing in the centre.
Yeah.
No, Lanzini will go out on the wing.
If you've got Sacco up
with
top,
who? Payet?
What? You'll have Lanzini and Payet and Sacco up front, didn't you? Like you started the season with them.
I don't think that's the most effective way to play them. I think you've got to have a winger in there. I think like it'd be tough on someone like Moses or Antonio to not play a natural winger on the wing.
But see, the thing with Moses as well, you get Chelsea.
Moses won't be able to play because we're playing Chelsea in the FA Cup final, so
that's what you got to think of as well. That's the other things to put into it.
Yeah, I don't know whether they've given him permission.
Get Arsenal in the FA Cup final. Moses might not be given permission to play in the FA Cup. You know, we know Jenkins knows because he played today. But if we get Arsenal, we won't be able to play. Can you imagine that though? Imagine he gets.
I don't think he'd play anyway.
But you imagine that though. Get the FA Cup final when you got Arsenal and you can't play in it.
But then you're also saying a fully fit team. You don't know who we're going to sign in January yet.
No, obviously, I'm just saying.
At the moment,
what we've got today,
it's
a midfield.
Cool, we've only got through the third round. Fucking hell.
No, I'm just trying to entice a little.
We go through the next round, Nick could be playing the bus parade. What route are we going to
take? Alright, should we leave it there, boys, because we've gone on for an hour again. Yeah?
Well, you have. I just sat here and listened.
Yeah, it was the same.
Come up with the odd stat.
Come on, Ray, you got your moment in a minute. You're on the sofa.
No, I don't.
No, you're on the show now.
You're on the show. I'm trying to Davis drop.
Fucking hell, another one. I might even fucking chuck him off this show because he's got his own one now. You know what I mean? You see him walking around in his fucking dressing gown, smoking a snout.
He's got his own dressing room out there.
Yeah, I know.
It's a toilet.
Anyway, we'll leave it there then, boys. Thanks very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pump. We'll be back next week for the Newcastle... No, Bournemouth first. Yeah, Tuesday, sorry. We'll be back Tuesday for the Bournemouth game. I've been saying in the fan cams about next week about fucking Premier League. Back next week against Newcastle. Bournemouth, yeah, I forgot about that. Anyway... Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at West Ham Fan TV, facebook.com/West Ham Fan TV, www.westhamfan.tv, and that's it. See you later. We ended it the usual way. Yeah. Come in your eyes.